Waduh.
Hmm, there's no sound. Hmm.
Okay, I will try to share screen again.
Ali, you're still muted, by the way.
Okay, sorry. Okay, thank you. We okay. Let's start. Today inspirational speaker. Okay, good morning, Miss Kania. I'm Ali from Bukit Vista as backend engineer. Maybe you can say hello to all employee of Bukit Vista first, Mr. Kania.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Hello. Hi
Hello.
there.
Hello there. Thank you for connecting with me. Jing, is that how you say your name?
Yes, ma'am. Ambulan. Is that how you say your name?
Yes, but I go by Kanya.
Kanya. All right. Welcome, Kanya.
Kanya.
Welcome to Bukit Vista today.
Kanya like Kanye.
Nice. The all famous rapper. Kanye sang the birthday song for our company, actually. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Welcome.
Wow.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kania. And welcome to our weekly inspirational speakers. We'll really appreciate uh, to to you for coming to weekly inspirational today. Okay, we are very excited to uh, hear your insight for you. Okay, today we have a special inspirational speaker, Miss Kania, as executive director at Green School Foundation. And I'm Ali as host who going to lead this session, and I will accompanied by my friend Radit as moderator. Okay, next we will okay we will explain Miss Kania's inspirational journey. Oh, there is so many inspirational journey. Uh, she start from radio broadcaster in Voice of America from 2000 and 2010 until 2011, and after that she has executive secretary at Sovereign Bali uh, from 2015 and until 2016, and after that she becomes chief of philanthropy and development manager and head of school development at Green School from 2016 until 2020. And present, she become executive director at Green School Foundation. So many inspirational journey, right, Miss Kania?
Thank you, Ali.
Okay.
It's strange to see it put out like that. It's really nice to
Okay,
see
okay.
the timeline, but it reminds me of flashbacks.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Maybe we will start for discussion today. Uh, this first question I want to ask to you. As
Sure.
executive director, you lead the strategic vision and direction of your organization. So, what are the most innovative approach? Sorry. What specific strategies and initiative effectively build strong community connection, collaboration, and partnership between your organization, the the community, and stakeholders to expand partnership network that have resulted in a drive of positive change to advance the Green School Foundation sustainability mission to empowering the next generation of sustainability leaders and innovators. Okay, can you explain what your specific strategies, Miss Kania?
Sure, would love to. But first, maybe I'd do a short introduction of myself. So my name is Kanya. I was born in a city in Indonesia, Yogyakarta. My parents are both native of Bali, and I grew up here in Bali until the age of 10, where as a family we moved to live in Virginia in the United States.
Oh,
Um, and I've lived in the United States up until 2016. And yes, I was with the Voice of America um, at the end of my time in Virginia, and then I moved back to Bali. And one of the reasons why I moved to Bali is really Green School, because I took a tour at one point, and maybe you've been to Green School, maybe not, but I'd love to host you if you do decide to come to the campus. But I took a tour of the Green School, and I saw that at the school there was a lot of international students because it is an international school. So Green School is a pre-K to 12 international, formal international education. And I was really surprised when I saw that there were a lot of Indonesian or Balinese students in the school. And I wonder, because I know that this international school tuition is not cheap. And I was wondering, who are these kids? You know, how are they? They're so lucky to be able to receive an international standard of education here in their neighborhood. So I asked around during my visit, and it turns out that they were given scholarships to attend the Green Schools. And I thought just so fascinating that Balinese students like me didn't have to leave their home island to receive a uh, such a unique education like nowhere else in the world. And I was thinking, my parents, sacrificed a lot to be able to give me and my siblings that educational experience, but these kids could stay in their home island. So I thought that was very cool, and was really inspired by the whole concept of sustainability education and how community involvement for the school is really important. So I decided that I told my parents that I wanted to move to Bali for a year to see if I can work for the Green School. And they said, okay, you have maximum a year. And then I ended up just falling in love being at home and being here, working with different peoples from all around the world. Green School is a very diverse community. So, going back again to your question about the strategies and the initiatives on how we can build a strong community, Green School's mission is we are a community of learners making our world sustainable. And our community is not just our faculty, our teachers, our students, our parents, but it is also our neighbors. the people of the Sibangkaja village who are living here, who own the land, who are part of our greater community. That is one of the most important parts as well, to think about how do we become a community of learners making our world sustainable. So engagement with the people in the neighborhood, listening, a lot of listening and understanding and observing what are the challenges they're facing on a day-to-day basis. As an example, one of the things that you may be aware wherever you are in the world, or especially here in Indonesia, in Bali, there's still a lot of trash burning. And one of the issues is the lack of education. And so the approach that one might take, there are a lot of organizations in Bali focusing on waste management, but one of the ways that is really effective is when you go and directly speak and hear first what are the challenges in the different villages. And you will learn that there's really a lack of resources for people to sort their waste. So it's easy for us to say, oh, they're burning trash. Oh, again, they're burning trash. But, when you listen and you hear that from the top of the local government that there's no solution, then you'll find out that there's other challenges within that. So a lot of listening and understanding has really worked for the green school community, and how we build that strong community just outside the premises of our school. And I'm very fortunate because most of my career journey here at the Green School is doing uh, a lot of impactful initiatives, working with the community. Now, our two programs that we're focusing on is we are going into local schools to give sustainability education and do projects with the elementary schools. It's really an exciting time for education because Indonesia has recently launched the Merdeka Belajar curriculum, some of you might be aware of, where uh, the teachers and schools have more progressive ways to teach. So allowing more hands-on learning, experiential learning, which is so unique for education in Indonesia. And that's where Green School Foundation comes in. We offer support, funding to do any hands-on activities that's related to sustainability. And in this, we are working with the government. So knowing your stakeholders is really important. Knowing, understanding your stakeholders is really important when driving a strategic um, movement and plan. And that has really worked for us. Not just the government, but also our partners, other organizations who are working on the same things. We are working in collaboration with an organization called Bali Children Foundation, who's mostly worked with rural school communities in different areas in Bali, more in the north. So putting together expertise, collaboration, those are all the things that we try to do in order to build a strong community. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you, Miss Kania, about your answer. We really appreciate your vision to empowering Bali students to have opportunity to get sustainability education. We understand about your insight about to understanding our to stakeholder. Yeah. Mm, maybe we will next to second question to discussion.
Sure, sure.
Uh, the second is how do Green School Foundation Sustainability Education Program have an impact on local communities and or students, and showcase how these initiatives are contributing to sustainable education and empowering the next generation.
So I shared with you about our sustainability education programs that we're working with local schools that we're putting in these local government schools in Bali. Our second program is quite unique, and it is focused on agriculture, regenerative agriculture. As you may be aware, in the world, there is a decrease in the population of farmers. And that could be, if you think about the future of farming, the future of food security, not having farmers will be a massive issue. And not having farmers who are farming organically and holistically using methods that is holistic will be really dangerous for the future of our planet. And so our second program, we are providing agricultural university scholarships to children of farmers as a start. And this is a university scholarship where we not only encourage the students to continue their education, these children of farmers, but also to connect them with other successful young entrepreneurs who have a business in farming and who's related to in that industry and who's successfully created businesses using technology, entrepreneurship, and innovation. Just like Bukit Vista, you're all about innovating tourism and connecting people and creating those meaningful experiences. What we want to do is exactly that for the children of farmers through our scholarship program. We have a goal in 5 years. We would like to have a community of 50 young scholars who are striving to become the next generation of future farmers. So why do we choose the demography of children of farmers? Another issue that we have here in Bali, you may be aware, is that the land issue of landowners, local landowners selling their lands, renting their lands to turn into massive hotels or villas or things like that. And it's very sad for Bali because the rice fields used to be much bigger and the land was used to be for farming. And so we want to change that. We want to encourage these children of farmers to keep their land because they will most likely become the owners of the land in the future. We want to encourage as many of them to keep their land and use them for their businesses and for farming. So how we impact the community is through two of those programs, but we are working with the younger generation because the younger generation still have fresh minds and they have a more open mind and they can receive information and education much better than the adults. So that is how we are working with the community.
Okay, thank you, Miss Ania. Maybe there is one question from our community manager or partnership chapter. Maybe Kak Kaela, the floor is yours, Kaela.
Good morning, Ms. Kanya.
Good morning.
My name is Kyla. Currently, I work in the partnership squad as assistant of operations. What you have shared actually is really engaging, and I found it really interesting how you, for the first questions, how the Green School has decided to put on a close and maybe more like in-depth analysis. For example, like getting to know what the people needs, what the people actually want, and make your strategy based on their actual needs on the field. And the second one, for you to engage and making sure that the strategic you put is also impactful. What I would like to ask is actually also, I would like to share a bit. In Bukit Vista, one of our way to enhance our community is through one of the program called RTT, or the Roundtable Talk. Uh, the program is actually, I believe it serves the same objectives or purpose that the Green School do by doing the close or one by one approach to your community. This is simply by inviting them over and um, having dinner together, making sure that we talk as a community. So we make sure that we we pair our partners together so they know who are the members of our community. Makanya, if I can ask in this one, have you tried to do this approach in green school? Have you tried to make your partners or your clients or the community members to meet up one by one? Two of them, three of them make a community agenda, and if yes, how would that turn out for the last couple of months or years, maybe?
That's very interesting. Kyla, thank you for the question. We have so many events that is very similar to what you just mentioned of inviting the local community to come together and discuss of ideas and topics and issues. That happens a lot at the Green School, and it is truly one of the ways how we connect to the people, to our neighbors and partners in the school community. For us at the Green School Foundation, interesting that you just mentioned that, because a few months ago we held a what we called a partnership lunch at one of our corporate partners property, where we invited a lot of the nonprofits around in Bali, the nonprofits who are specifically working on environmental sustainability and education. And we also invited other corporates who we know have the same mission and interest in their CSR initiatives. So we sat down in a long table lunch where I had the opportunity to share about our initiatives, but also I had the opportunity to hear their feedback and what they're doing to create an impact in their field, in their industry. So doing that really opened up a lot of ideas for future collaboration discussions to take place. So it is something that we religiously do um, here at Green School and Green School Foundation, and it's really helped us.
Thank you, Makanya. I think if I might ask one follow-up questions for that. So you gave the partners the chance to basically present or give feedbacks from each other towards the stations. Is there any real impact or a follow-up events according to that, like maybe creating some programs, or is there any partners that initiate anything from the discussions onwards?
Yes, actually, from that partnership lunch, we uh, ended up signing a collaboration and agreement with our partnered organization I mentioned earlier, Bali Children Foundation, who from then we kept the discussions. We continued to discuss about the future, and then we continued to follow up. And so the relationship become um, much more personal and connected. So that was one example. And then we had a Green School Foundation. We host an annual fundraiser, a gala evening called Ignite. And having that partnership lunch really helped us with the takeoff for Ignite, preparing for Ignite, because a lot of our partners had corporates who attended the lunch. They ended up becoming our main sponsors for the event. So that was a huge plus. So we had a lot of benefits from holding that type of event.
Thank you, Mbak Kanya. I think that's a successful event then. Thank you for sharing. Back to you again, Ahmad then.
Okay, thank you Kak Kaila and for your question. Thank you Kak Kania for your sharing about your insight and your journey. Maybe we will continue to our weekly meeting. And for now, you can leave our you can leave this meeting. Okay, okay. Thank you Kak Kaila, Kak Kania.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your time and best of luck with all of your future plans with Bukit Vista. It's so nice to see many young people in this company and doing amazing things in tourism. So thank you for having me.
Okay,
Thank
Thank you for
you.
coming, Kanya.
Thank you for coming, Miss
See you
Kania.
again.
see you again, Miss Kania.
Okay, so what's next, Ali?
Okay, for next, we will continue our uh, weekly vision and mission statement from Mr.
From
Jing
who?
or
Yes,
Kaila.
from Mr. Jing.
Oh, for Mr. Jing.
Okay, all right, Ollie. Maybe we could be a little bit more hospitable and not ask people to leave. They're, of course, our guests, then they can be free to stay if they want, or they can take their time to attend to other particular responsibilities or obligations that I have. Okay, I'm just gonna ask ahead of time so I don't forget. For Khan, who do I hand this off to after I finish?
Pardon, sir?
Who do I hand off, let's say, my section after I finish my vision and mission statement?
Airbnb is a dashboard by Kayla.
Oh, okay.
After
All right,
this, right?
cool. Okay, I'll just hand it directly over to Kyla after I finish. So speaking of Kyla, Kyla, the object of community management, I think, is something that we don't really need to reinvent. Okay, so here's a colorful and wonderful kaleidoscope of what a great community looks like. And these are pictures from Airbnb. So back in the day when I was working as a manager of Indonesia for Airbnb, this is what we would do. We would go all around the world and we would start meetups with potential users of Airbnb who are hosts. So we'd find a nice restaurant, we'd find a place, and we'd listen. We'd talk about what our product ideas were. But most often we would listen, as Kanya said, about what the community needed, what their concerns were. And the funny thing about listening is sometimes listening is just by itself so therapeutic. Like if you have people and they see your brand, but they never are able to communicate with you, it's just the aspect that there is a representative that is able to take their advice and listen to it is pretty helpful. There's a few little secret things you can think about in order to, let's say, deepen your engagement with the community. Airbnb had excellent designers, excellent graphics people, and they had a huge budget. So this is swag. Swag is great, right? We have swag too. So you can use these particular things to deepen a sort of a touch point with your community and give them essentially more physical aspects to actually connect with. Great event photography is also pretty critical so that you can share whatever, let's say, the community members that did attend a particular event, which is always just a fraction of the total number of people in the community, to the people who did not attend. So this ability to document and journal the event is exceedingly powerful too as well. Okay, so we did this all over the world. We did it in oh, here's some pictures of me, right? I have to throw that in there because I'm such a vain son of a bitch. So yeah, I did the Bully Spirit Festival event, and that was fun. Here's me getting down, getting groovy, I guess. Wait, you can hardly see me there, but anyways, oh yeah, there's me and my wife. Yeah, Wyana there, volunteering to set up the Airbnb tent there. So anyways, when you have a bigger budget, you can kind of create these type of experiential experiences for your community and really envelop them into a whole different experience. Okay. So anyways, the idea of community, I think, is something that we've already understood. but it's just an idea of practicing. RTT has so far been our entry point into speaking with our community. So let's continue doing that. All right, let's talk about vision and mission. I have a happy story to share with everybody today. So this is a good sign. Harry is the gentleman over here. And this is Thomas. He's covered by the actual picture. They came and sent, who was it? Oh my God, how did I forget? They sent their manager actually over to us, Hannes, to our office the other day to listen specifically to how we've been actually transforming in preparation for an AI future. I felt that was actually pretty flattering because at some point, Asia Exchange, which is the company that is led by this group of people, were much, much more advanced than we were. But now they are actually seeking learning from you guys how to transform their company to be much more well-positioned for an AI breakthrough. So this is a good sign. This means that we're probably leading. Let's get back to the big problem I do need everyone to help us solve, right? The one thing that we talked about before. Concurrently, I think we are getting better at this, critical time waste, which is number one, lack of decisiveness. That's when you know what to do and you don't take action. And lack of strategy, not knowing what to do and not asking. However, I think more as time progresses, as we go closer to 2024, the critical time waste won't be so much about not knowing what to do. That part is simplifying. The critical time waste will most likely be just the lack of decisiveness. So talk with the senior leaders and also the HR, and we've discovered that essentially the idea of honoring and courage has become actually so important. So we're going to go throughout these months and try to reduce the impact of shame. We're going to try to fight the tendency to shame and feel ashamed about oneself and replace that with honor and courage. So participate once again. Participate in core value recognition. Just a moment ago, I saw that there was only about 4. I'll give you guys some time right now to scramble and probably think a little bit more deeply about people you want to recognize core value-wise. But also for Con, I think we can also announce when we see people who have actually practiced core value correctly so that the rest of the company can honor their particular behavior. This is so important. Leadership is hard. Leadership is also very lonely. Oftentimes, if you're leading in a senior position, you might feel like there's nobody who actually cares or appreciates leadership. So if you are in a position where you can see somebody is leading well, honor them. Give them credit, give them respect, because they might not even know that they're doing a good or a bad job. All right? So do think about that. This is the purpose of why we're here. This is the why, to inspire delight through hospitality innovations to positively transform guests, partners, and employees. Over the next 1.5 months, we're doing a massive transformation for all our employees. We're essentially asking everybody to become more AI skilled, AI fluent, be ready for work in the near future. If you guys don't know, I guess we went through COVID, and we could easily say that COVID was a big disruption. However, coming here right now to San Francisco, to the Bay Area, is quite evident to anybody with half a brain that AI is probably going to be 10 times, 20 times, 30 times more disruptive than COVID. And it's going to be more and more disruptive faster and faster over time. So in order to be, I think, on the right side of history, please take this into account that we are committed to positively transforming everyone here who is motivated, who wants to transform. And that gets us back to this particular idea of our core values and, of course, our mission and vision statement. Our attributes: bias to action, growth mindset, and self-learning. There is one thing I'd like to actually enlighten everybody with. This is a discussion that happens often in human resource, but maybe this discussion has not been shared with everyone here. So for a moment, I'd just like to take your attention, have you focus, and read with me this particular phrase. This is one of my mentors when I worked at Airbnb. His name is Chip Conley. He worked as the head of global hospitality and strategy. Great guy. He has a Wikipedia article written about him. So he directed me to read this particular quote from D. Hawk. Does anybody know who D. Hawk is? Pop quiz. Yeah? Nobody knows who D. Hawk is. Does anybody have a piece of plastic in their wallet that says this on it? Yes, Nadia, that's it. D. Hawk was the founder and the CEO of this little thing right here called Visa, a brand so prevalent around the world, maybe nobody even notices it. It's just all over there, all right? Credit cards are an innovation. I don't know if you guys could believe that, but at one point there were no credit cards. So D. Hawk led the Visa company to actually pioneer credit cards. But more importantly than that, he was a very, very wise leader. And he said this: hire and promote first on the basis of integrity, second, motivation, third, capacity, fourth, understanding, fifth, knowledge, last and least, experience. Without integrity, motivation is dangerous. Without motivation, capacity is impotent. Without capacity, understanding is limited. Without understanding, knowledge is meaningless. Without knowledge, experience is blind. Experience is easy to provide and quickly put to good use by people with all the other qualities. If you ever wonder what makes all you guys all similar and related to each other, is we never hired anybody based on your experience. We never hired anybody based on your previous title. We never hired anyone because you did a great job in a previous company. We've always been hiring based on these particular values. One, do you have integrity? Are you a person that other people can trust? Are you a person that can live in a team, work with teammates, and be a person that is trustworthy? Well, the fact is that since most people here seem to make good friends of each other, I hope we've done a good job in hiring for integrity. But the second thing is also important. Are you motivated? Do you actually find interesting inherent motivation in doing the work that you do? Do you like being around people? Do you like working with great teams? Do you like positively transforming yourself? Okay. If you like that, then that's a good fit. Here, I have a big surprise for everybody now, and I think this is going to be great. This is what makes me feel AI is not a bad thing. Experience, understanding, knowledge, capacity, I've come to realize is not so important anymore. I'll say that again. Experience, knowledge, understanding, and capacity is not so important anymore. Why? You can get decades of experience. Oh, I'll show you what. I'll show you guys why. Instead of explaining, I'll actually demo why the experience part isn't there. I'll also demonstrate why knowledge is not that important either. I'll also demonstrate why capacity probably isn't that important either, and understanding as well, because of the AI revolution that we're about to see, all right? But I think what's absolutely important for now and into the future is, do you have integrity, and are you motivated? Are you motivated by curiosity to discover more, to ask the right questions? Here's my demo. I'm going to show you how curiosity can overcome fear, and hopefully you guys will walk through this. Mahesi, you are my victim today. So I'm going to be using a case from Mahesi's recent engagement with one of our partners as a way to actually elevate essentially the type of work that we do. And this is the opportunity. I think supervision is now solved. Remember last week we talked about understanding. I was able to understand a very complex research paper that was about denoising diffusion models for probabilistic, basically how Midjourney works, okay? Something I had not been able to understand. But now I think supervision is now solved. So now I'm going to show you how producing poor quality work is now a choice, but not a limitation. So before, let's say you produce poor quality work, that could be just because you didn't have the skill, or you don't have the understanding, or you don't have whatever, right? But now I think it's truly just a choice. Do you choose to produce high quality work, or do you choose to produce excellent work? And here is the demonstration. All right, so GPT-4, let's see. GPT-4, amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but now what you can do in GPT-4 is that you can build your own GPT bots. You can build your own GPT coaches. You can build your own GPT whatever. You can have them do things like coach my daughter in mathematics for advanced algebra. You can have it advance your data understanding through data analysis. You can have it write creatively as your creative writing coach. But I'm going to show you something that I find to be absolutely incredible. And this is a sales coach. All right. So for years, we've been telling people about our masterclass account. Some of you have profited from watching it. Some of you have not. But it doesn't matter anymore because this is what you can do. This is Chris Voss. He's an FBI negotiator with over 30 years of experience negotiating hostage crisis situations. This is Daniel Pink. Daniel Pink has written award-winning popular books about sales, persuasion, negotiation. I've watched both of their masterclasses many times over, and I've learned all the knowledge that there is to learn from watching what they say. But it's like now I can have Chris Voss and I can have Daniel Pink be our personal advisors. And this is how we do it. Here's a demo. Both masters have given resource materials in PDF form at the end of their master classes. Here's Daniel Pink's PDF, and this is Chris Voss's PDF. This is essentially a complete guide of all the things that they talk about in their masterclass. This is what we've done. We've taken this over here and we've edited a GPT to configure it with all the information that is in those books. We've just uploaded it right now, and now you have all the knowledge of Daniel Pink and all the knowledge of Chris Voss. Now, you can go even further, probably even find their books and upload their books, which would be more comprehensive. Now, we've set essentially now the expectations for what we'd like this coach to do, and then we can start programming it to do all kinds of things, right? So I have a demo that I already had open, but like an idiot, I probably just closed it. So let me see if I can look smart or look completely idiotic like here. Okay, sorry. Looks like I might have closed my demo today while I was reshuffling this, and I don't have it. But here's my point. Here's what we can do now. We can go over here, record a particular discussion that Mahesi's had with a particular person here, right? This is a transcript that we use to record, and we can download the transcript on this, and then we can upload this now into the Sales Coach program that we have with GPT, and we can ask the GPT to essentially give us advice, give Mahesi advice on how to become more persuasive. Step by step examples showing before and after tips. Okay. Now, as this processes, I want you guys to think. I want you guys to think about currently what you're doing that could be better. Maybe it's writing code. Maybe it's thinking about how to build a data dashboard. Maybe it's dealing with the particularly difficult owner. Maybe it's actually dealing with a guest. What can you actually learn from somebody who is an expert already? What can you program and make them your consultant? What can you ask so that you can look and think about what is potentially better? Now, okay, this is great advice. It's all coming out in detail, but I think this is incredible. This is stuff that I didn't see. This is stuff that nobody could probably have seen within this company. But this is actually solid advice so that Mahesi and business development people can work much, much more effectively now for every particular person. So I go back to my initial point. I think right now, if you want to have superior work, supervision now is solved. You can create your own supervisor. You can have your own work supervised by the best expert in history, the best expert in the world, and have them give you tips on what you can do better to be amazing. Okay? All right. So this is what we mean by having an AI fluent workforce. And I think that, once again, be on the right side of history. All right? This is definitely a skill that will make you and your career much more valuable to everyone and anyone. So all jobs in BV will be mandatory to be AI competent by January 1st, 2024. Engineering, marketing, business development, BI, community management, property management, hospitality leadership. Next week, surprised by you, I'd like to invite Bayu up here to maybe demonstrate how the engineering team can use, let's say, a GPT to write better code, design better features, and also improve their work. I think this could be an inspiration for everybody. All right, let's talk about the goals. The revenue goal is 3.3 million. We're looking for an overall rating 4.65 and a 5-star percentage of 76%. This is the deal. 5x individual bonuses if the company achieves the revenue goal, October 1st, measured to March 31st next year. The date will be on April 5th. Qualified interns get a 5 million bonus. There are no roundtable talks because I didn't finish this in time. That's my bad. These are the tables for essentially the payout if we reach our semester goals. 5 for 3, 2 for 5 million for 3 goals. All right, sorry. 5x bonuses for 3 goals, 3x for 2 goals, and 2x for 1 goal. This is the conditions of how the bonuses will be paid out. And this is what essentially interns will get. All right. Once again, this is a good question to ask yourself to make sure we're not wasting time any week. All right. Are you making impact on the revenue? Are you making impact on the hospitality score? If you are, you're probably supporting the mission of positively transforming guests. you're probably policy transforming yourself, and you're policy transforming partners as well. All right, that's it for me. Let me give it back. Let me switch it over to Kyla so we can have a direct handover without going back to the moderator.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jing. So the next we continue to Kak Kayla for Airbnb Insight Dashboard. Will be presented by Kak Kayla. The floor is yours, Kak.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I would like to revise the name. It's actually no longer. It should be the hospitality and revenue target achievements, so not only the Airbnb dashboard, but we'll revise that. I'll fast and revise that for next week. All right, let's see. The first one related to achievements on our hospitality ratings. Yep, we can move on to the first one. This is a reminder that our target for this semester would be the 76% for 5-star and 4.65 for the overall rating. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one, which is accuracy. I would like to give a heads up that we are having a little bump up on every elements of the hospitality. So this relief and also, I believe, reflections of a good prioritizations for the last 3 weeks, I believe. All right, the first one for accuracy, we have an increase of 0.5%. We are at 79%. For the check-in, next one, we have bump up of 0.1%. We are at 80.5%. We had a decrease before, and now this is a positive increase. Next one, we have cleanliness. Yep. For cleanliness, we have quite significant bump up, 0.6%. Previously, we had a decrease, but not so much as today's increase. So this is a positive growth. Next one would be the communications. The communications, so previously we had decrease. This week we have an increase of 0.4%. We are at 80.5% for the communications. Next, for the locations, we have increase of 0.5%. We are at 69.4%. And the last one for the value, this is a positive growth because previously we had an increase and we had a stable and then an increase, and this week we also had an increase. So I believe that's really good put on the pricing and overall experience. We had an increase of 0.6%. We are at 76.2%. And last but not least, the general 5-star ratings and overall rating. This is a significant one. This week we are at 74.6% for the 5-star rating and 4.64 for the rating. So we almost achieved our hospitality target for this semester goals. Yes, Mr. Ting.
Marcel, do you like seeing bonus caps?
No.
Honor the achievements by showing some support for positive growth in our hospitality scores.
I'll let Kala do that.
Listen, everybody. This is what I mean by shame and honor. Needs to be very clear. If the people who are leading, let's say, the particular scores are too shy to celebrate when the scores are going up, maybe that means we're not doing good. Maybe that means we're afraid to do better. I don't know. I don't know what that means, right? It's kind of confusing for everybody who's watching this, right? Maybe it means we're losing. But I think if you want to make clear to everybody on this company that this is an achievement, that you're celebrating this because it is when we're moving up, then signal that you're happy, right? Can we do that?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do it. Let's signal that you're happy. All right, good.
Okay, I believe.
And Kyla, I think it's important. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to react the same to bad news and good news, what's the point of good news? If everyone is okay, whatever. What's the point of good news? Right?
We don't have
Okay,
good news.
right.
We have bad news and less worse news.
That's pretty dark. Okay, all right. You're a stoic. You can join the Bayou Club for stoicism. But okay, no, I'm serious about this. Part of, I think, the progression of a group of people is to know when to celebrate, right? Know when is actually a moment to say, yes, this is a good direction. Everyone, let's keep on going. I'll tell everybody, this is a good direction. Let's keep on going this direction, right? We're getting much more closer to our hospitality goals. And without, let's say, taking the revenue goals, this is still progress, all right? So good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ching. Thank you, Marcel. Yep, I would agree. This, I think we are basically eliminating a couple of problematic properties, and we are getting more quickly and making decisions when we need to
Love it.
basically prioritize something or remove something from our evaluations, basically. All right, moving on. This is just pictures of basically this is the comparisons between our current state and the target gap. So you can see that for the SLA itself, put by Marcel, we're not really that far to achieve the goals. Moving on, we have the progress of the overrating. Next one, Ahmad. Yep. For this one, also not very far as before, and the last one from the hospitality side, on the 5-star percentage, we are only 1.4% from the target that we have set for the hospitality score. All right, last but not least, let's move on to the revenue target achievement. This is another story, but yep, for this one, we have, as a reminder, we have 3.3 million as a semester target, still valid until this very moment with the current progress around 846,238 US dollar. We still have 132 days left, so let's try to make the best out of it, especially since we're coming near to the peak season on December. As Mr. Jing has said before, let's focus on making sure that we are all contributing to both hospitality and the revenue side. All right, I believe that's all for the hospitality and revenue target achievements. Back to you, Radit.
Okay, thank you, Kak Kayla, for Airbnb Insight Dashboard. And then for the next, we have weekly mission inspiration. Okay, Ali. Okay, for the first Bukit Vista mission to inspire delight through hospitality innovation that positively transform our guests, we have Amanda. Amanda, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Reddit. Am I audible? Okay, so recently we had an issue with one of our guests, Jelena, in being in Sun and Moon Villas in room number 5. They had an issue with the AC, and then luckily Kak Tendi was online that night, and then he called the AC technician to fix the issue, and then in the morning I checked on the guests, and they were quite happy with the result of the AC, and then I offered them a complimentary spa, and they chose their favorite services, and then yeah, they left happily and then with a big smile. So I'm happy with the result. Thank you. Back to you, Radit.
Okay, thank you, Amanda. And then for the next, will be presented by me for the butler service, because last week we provide butler for Villa Marlex and decide extra service regarding floating breakfast in Villa Rafa, Casarare, and Villa Mango Sky. That's all from me. And then the next, we have Bukit Vista mission to inspire delight through hospitality innovation that positively transform our partners. And we have Kak Erika. Kak Erika, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Radit. Would you please share the photo, Ali? Okay. So we had an RTT last Tuesday. We invited many guests in this RTT. The theme is Spanish folks. We invited Pak Indra, and then we have our current partner as well, Carlos from Valamezi. And then we also invited our upcoming partner, David and Susan, and also there is two other potential partners in the future, which is Nacho and also Lisha. One of the, can you slide the photo, guys? Ali? One of the improvement and transforming thing that we have in RTT is that after all the guests coming, they directly just talk to each other. We don't need any effort to be the mediator for each of the guests, and they even want to share contacts to each other and want to meet to have another meeting after this RTT with each other. So we're really happy to be able to connect our community in this event. Back to you, Radit.
Okay, thank you, Kak Erika, for the uh, transform our partners. Yeah. And then for the next, we have Bukit Vista mission is to inspire delight through hospitality innovation that positively transform our employees. We have Kak Tendi. So Kak Tendi, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Radit. Yes, last week we conduct the housekeeping all hands successfully. So we conduct them for alignment for the mission vision, also GX5 cleaning standard, and then how to handle the property issue, also cleaning tips for faster the cleaning with the good quality. We also create the goal for them and then reward for achieving the goal. Everyone will conduct them online on the Discord to represent the goal progress. And then there's this is one of the resulting. So yeah, we align them to not only cleaning but only they also can help to solve the issue in the property. Thank you.
Okay, Kak Tendi, thank you. And then for the next, we have Dafa for inspiring the hospitality industry through technological innovation. Dafa, the floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Radit. Actually, I just want to share about Gaia enhancement for the past week. In case you guys wondering what has happened with Gaia and what will be done, basically you can read it by yourself. Yeah, basically there is, I think, a point this week starting from incorrect selection for categorization and action to get alternative property for confirmed guests. I just want to say thank you for the all hardworking individuals involved in this project. Let's try to perfect this project day by day, week by week. And we are moving to Gaia 1.6, implementing new trade-based structure and new model to enhance response accuracy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dafa. So just because we have limited times, so we jump into the company team.
Oh, no. Let
Okay.
still team engineering to
Oh, okay.
proceed with the announcement, but
Mhm.
at tops 30 second each ya for Kavito, Ali, Ferdian, and also Abam.
Okay. Okay. For Kavito, the floor is yours.
So yeah, we were creating opt-out functionality in Gaia. So this feature is created by engineering team. So Gaia can exclude specific conditions that are executed automatically by Gaia. So for example, in hosting team, the hosting team can exclude specific bookings and Gaia will not process the message with our artificial intelligence. So this feature can also be used by other services like Atlas, missed opportunity retargeting, etc. So how to do this, you can read my message there. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kavito. And then, so the next we have Ali. The floor is yours, Ali.
Okay. Last week we had successfully to migrate B24 agent to new Gaia interface format. So this migration enhance seamless integration for agent through the Gaia interface, significantly make it easy for the developer to next development. Uh, and additionally, the migration revamp the information models, enhancing its aesthetic feature and reliability while incorporating the latest sentiment analysis. Thank you.
Okay, so for the next Ferdi, the floor is
Okay,
yours.
so last week, me and Reza just finished developing the MVP for revenue projection automation. We have also integrated this to Gaia, so you can just use it by fill out the quota table and you can see the result on Slack. So the benefit is to save time and you can also get the general overview as your basis to create a revenue projection. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ferdi. And then the last one we have Kak Abam. The floor is yours, Kak Abam.
Okay, we are integrating ChatGPT for translating newsletter to different language. You can write the newsletter in one of the three languages and then just translate it to another languages available, English, Indonesian, and French. Available on bigger 1.97.0. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Abam. And then for the next, we have company team.
Oh, sorry,
Hmm?
Radit. I would like actually to. I'm sorry to cut you off, but as the All Hands project manager, here is my decision for the rest of the All Hands. We will divide the All Hands for this week to be in 2 sessions. So later on either Thursday or Friday, we will invite the 30 minutes All Hands 30 minutes blocking for completing the rest for the All Hands. Yeah, because the time is not enough to deliver all the information here. So yeah, this is the decision that I make as a All Hands project manager. By the way, first thing first, I'm very sorry. It is out of the time limited there. It's passing 3 minutes. So thank you all for contributing to the first half of the All Hands, and yeah, good luck, guys, and we will see you around this week for the second session for the All Hands. Thank you, guys.
Oh, core
Thank
value
you.
recognition for being decisive there for Con. Good on you. Yeah.
Bye-bye. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.
Bye bye.
Thank you all. Bye bye.